Hey everybody, Top Tier Sloth here with Kamikaze Watermelon, back for some more Armored Core. This time a little different. We had some technical issues with our previous recordings.
We fucked up. I think that's the word you're looking for.
Yeah. Basically, I forgot to record, or I didn't forget, my mic wasn't recording due to some, like, default settings that got changed, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. So we're basically going to have to re-record our our audio over this video, so
yes,
if it's a little cut around and stunted and weird, it's just because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is when we did our little icon.
Yeah. There's the new icon. You'll be seeing that for the first time.
Yep.
That is the true top tier sloth. That is what it looked like inside of its armor.
We're going straight to the first mission here. This is the Gal City Guard. Our city is now occupied by giant organisms. I don't even know if organisms is right, but I've never seen anything like them before. I think, what mission was this? Exterminate giant insects or something like that?
Organisms. Exterminate organisms.
The things are extremely fierce and attack anything that moves. Our citizens have suffered many casualties from the animal horde, or whatever that was. A biological analysis of their behavior patterns shows a social structure much like that of ants or bees. There must be a queen somewhere that directs the swarm. Investigators found an unfamiliar hole in a wall in Office District, so this might be the beast's nest. Your mission is to find and destroy the queen. If you can take out the leader, the swarm will become disorganized, and we can take it from there. We are counting on you. Okay.
Yeah, you'll notice 2 episodes from now that I will find out that my audio was not recording, and we had to restart a recording, and we found out shortly after that that his audio did that for 2 full videos. Is cool. Super cool.
Yeah. So we have to do like 3 videos worth of rework in like one day. Everything was set to release on time, and now it's back to being late, but it is what it is. We'll get over it. Small hiccup.
Yep. What this episode's going to demonstrate is his amazing skills of maneuvering small hallways and shooting targets at close range.
Absolutely. This is a master class. They really should just call this Armored Core Masters of Top Tier Sloth's skill, because that's all there is in here.
Similar in quality to Masters of Parascasi, which is what my brain was hearing initially when you said that.
Wow. I just realized that those organisms were blowing up like machines, so I guess
yeah. Everything explodes. Everything explodes. It's fine. Too much cloning, it's molecularly unstable, you know how it goes. This is also the first time we saw the map, yeah.
Yeah. First time. Once again, I forgot to find the user who actually showed us this, but I believe it was Gundam7463 or something like that. Well, apologies if I butchered your username, but
we
who you
properly
are.
Called it out initially.
On all of our videos.
when the episode happened, we properly called all that stuff out, but you can't tell that if I'm lying, because you won't be able to hear it.
Oh, and all the hilarious jokes we made, you should have been there.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez, I was dying of laughing.
Yeah, you won the Nobel Prize for one of those. It was very surprising. I was confused by that at first, but you know.
Hey, you know. I wish I would won that prize. Could you imagine that? $1 million for...
Do you get paid for winning the Nobel Prize?
Yeah, didn't you know all the Nobel Prizes award you with $1 million?
Specifically $1 million. There's a lot of wandering around through empty rooms, just like nutsacks at the end of these hallways.
Look, I'm not going to cut out the proper, real experience that everybody is craving on the internet these days. They want to see me as a mech walk around and bump into brown walls over and over and over for like 20 minutes. That's what's hot. That's why look at all the great views. Have you seen our previous video views? We got 50 views, we got 40 views, we got 70 views.
And my ass is tender from all those views.
We're practically, you know, we're gonna have to start our convention here soon. The Sloth and Comic-Con.
I have some friends trying to run a convention for the first time. It's not a fun experience. Oh, yeah? I don't recommend it.
No, that actually sounds like a nightmare. I would.
It is.
Not. Although an Armored Core Con, if done right, could be pretty cool.
I can't imagine it has not already happened in some fashion, like in Japan.
Oh, I'd love to see some pictures if that exists. If anybody knows, if you've been to an Armored Core con, please let us know. You might be the only one.
I feel positive there's at least been some sort of bizarre cafe that popped up in Japan for like a month and then was taken back down.
A group of Redditors got together and decided to talk about Armored Core.
Japan makes cafes for every like popular video game they have.
Was this game popular in Japan? You know, I actually need to look up numbers on this because that'd be interesting to know. I know it didn't do too hot around here, but yeah, I guess if it had like 30 sequels, it must have done it right?
Yes,
wow,
you soon realized that this room was a waste of your life and promptly left.
Goodbye. Love this song. Oh yeah, we should talk about the music. Yeah, soundtrack in this game just keeps getting better and better.
Once I was able to hear the music, I was really enjoying the music.
Yeah, I think it's actually that's something that got cut out here, but in about I don't know, 5 or so minutes, there's gonna be a small jump cut, and that's when we realized that Kami this whole time has not been hearing proper audio while we've been playing this game, and only just realized it at that moment. So after that moment, all the music, all the sound effects, all the speech, everything has finally been fixed. You know, only 8 episodes in, 9 episodes in.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure in like the first 2 episodes, everything sounded fine, and then suddenly I couldn't hear stuff.
To be fair, we are using Parsec to stream this, and sometimes Parsec does whatever Parsec feels like, so...
I don't know if it's Parsec's fault so much as it is your connection can have weird things happen to it. Also, your settings.
Could be, yeah.
Parsec is a very functional tool. It's very useful. It can handle this extremely well.
Yeah, we had that earlier this year when you were trying to stream some things to me for some testing, and
you lost audio
for whatever reason. Oh, I just realized this queen has rockets on its back. Okay.
Yeah, that's normal. That's what organisms do.
Battle over.
How did I not notice this before?
Combat system disengaged.
Have you never interacted with an organism before?
I guess we already got past that cut where it happened. It must have been.
It happened about 20. Like I don't know how long we've been at this, but about like 10 minutes or so. Maybe less.
We're only 7 minutes in.
Oh, it is? Okay, I can't tell, man. That's like a giant number over there.
Feels like half an hour ago.
I'm not used to stuff looking this ramshackle.
Once I figure out where the mail goes, there we go. Look at that.
Very squirrely.
New parts. I'm not going to read this, but basically, we got a whole bunch of new parts.
Raven, we got some bits for you to handle. Please grab our bits.
I don't think we ended up using any of these, but, you know, they exist now.
They do.
Burst fire. We should actually try that one out. I think that's
put
an
it to the
energy weapon.
test. It probably makes you stop to shoot it.
Probably. Fires laser beams.
Shoulder-mounted guns are almost always
Calm
like
is gradually
4
returning
tanks.
to the streets in the wake of disturbance caused by the giant organisms. The search for missing persons continues. You may have already noticed this yourself, but things were in no way organisms. They are undeniably weapons that are disguised as organisms. I'm shocked. From the looks of things, it appears that the outbreak was really a field exercise to test a new weapon. Such a large-scale testing could only have been done by Murakumo or Chrome, so one of the two must have been behind it. Regardless of which it was, I feel that it will not be long before we see the confrontation between the two come to a head. I'll be in touch. Alright,
yeah, they took some dirty bed sheets and threw them over tanks.
So I believe I go in for a save here. I'm just going to skip over those so that we can get straight to the action. You know what a save game looks like.
Action.
You click a thing. Yeah, action, such as reading this
Behold,
whole
action.
Murakumo, we want you to guard a new type of radar for the ACs that we have developed. A prototype model is now stored in a warehouse at the wharf, but for some reason the security system does not something. There's a good chance that someone intentionally sabotaged the system. It's probably the work of Chrome agents. You must protect the radar for your mission to succeed. We do not know the enemy's target, but you must not let them steal or destroy the radar. Do not let anyone near the warehouse until the system is restored. We are counting on you, Raven. Okay.
Yep. This is one of the hidden weapon or item levels. However, it requires you to immediately go against what they said and break into the building yourself to get the item.
Yeah, I mean, they would literally tell you, hey, there's a really nice radar in here. They'd be ashamed if somebody took it. Now, I know the future games, or at least some of them, have hidden items, but I know it
Combat
eventually
system
goes away.
engaged.
I don't know which game that starts with, but
Yeah,
Enemy
that's actually
fighters
something to check for the
approaching.
next game.
yeah, right? Does the AC6 have hidden weapons? I would assume so, right? They've been away from the game for so long. I feel like they're going to do a lot more callbacks than not.
We don't know. They could do that, or it could just be something completely different.
It's fair. That's fair enough. But I think, from what I've seen on Reddit comments anyway, somebody pointed out that some of the gear in the trailers, or in the AC6 trailer, is actually real, like Armored Core parts that you are able to buy in some of the games. So, it sounds like they're revisiting at least some of it in some shape or form.
A lot of these parts have been in multiple games, so...
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. At least they're not going for like a complete redesign. Just
Second wave approaching.
we'll see how the story gets handled, I guess. Seems like everything's turned to dust and ash, so there's that.
Well, the storyline, as nonsensical and not really noticeable as it is, the main storyline for this game, I do believe, is post-apocalyptic.
Third wave
I'm pretty
approaching.
sure like society or humanity's like stuff was wiped out. There's a big gap in understanding from like one point in time to another, where there was like a more advanced society, and now society's still advanced, but not as much as it was. I believe
Right.
is what they're talking about with like the whole like the like what did they call this program? The new human or proto-human or whatever the fuck they were talking about.
I can't remember.
I believe that's all coming from old technology from before this like loss of information.
Mm-hmm.
Battle over. Combat system.
Meanwhile,
Hey, look at
man,
that.
you sure did take care of them guys.
I protected that radar. And I made $20,000. Look at that.
Perfect. That's what you've always wanted.
To be a mercenary for some random large corporation that, is horrible for humanity, yeah.
Yeah, murdering innocents for money. It's what I've always desired.
We'll go ahead and skip over that save as well, and go into the prototype MT test where we fight Chaos 0.9. We must run tests on a new weapon, as in the last mission we want you to fight a new model Chaos weapon. That is all. This time we envisioned a street battle fought at test track number 6. We have made improvements to this advanced MT on the previous data. It might be a bit stronger. If you are defeated by the MT, you have no right to be called a Raven. I forgot that they just straight up call you a bitch here if you don't beat the Chaos. This time we prepared some special parts as your pay. They are new products, not yet tested. However, to make sure you give it your all, you get paid only if you win the fight. Yeah, that's it. Kill Chaos.
So we're playing that Final Fantasy Souls-like game.
I'm sorry, what now?
What's that game called? The Final Fantasy game that came out that was Souls-like?
Oh, Strangers of Paradise or something like that?
Where the main character's only like quality is he wants to kill chaos.
Right, okay, right.
Begin the
right.
test.
Forgot about the whole
Fight
Chaos
with all
murder.
your might.
It's all he knows in life is
Combat
just like, if
favorite
you
thing.
ain't chaos and he can't kill you, then he don't want nothing to do with you.
I don't blame him.
This fight goes
I don't
pretty
remember
clean if I
how-
recall correctly.
I was about to say, I don't remember how this one goes, but
This is the second
this
one.
this particular build of mech seems to work really well with a lot of the stuff we've been fighting.
Aside from your
It's nice.
violent swaying and drunken shooting.
Hey, I can't wait for you to play AC. Well, although at least you'll have a full 60 FPS to work with.
I will.
But
yeah.
But still, can't wait for you to.
Does the
swing
game
around
run
wildly.
at 60? I mean, it does. It
I think on the
it looks
PS2
pretty
it
damn
does.
smooth.
Here it's running at 30, I believe. I think? I don't know.
I was about to say I don't know if the PS1's capable of 60. It absolutely is. Chrono Cross runs at 60.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
Symphony of the Night. Come on now.
does Symphony of the Night run at 60?
I'm 100% sure it does. That thing's buttery smooth. If
Huh.
not, then I stand corrected and I feel like an idiot, but I'm pretty sure that thing is a 60 FPS game.
The one thing I specifically recall being 60s Chrono Cross, just being like, what, 12, 13? Oh, that's right, they chuck another one
Oh,
at you.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
This is when the game starts messing with you and what you think you know about the game.
But when I was young and I tried to play Chrono Cross for the first time, and just like getting into a fight sequence where it's like the camera's moving around and this UI's moving, and seeing it run at 60 FPS, I'd never seen something move that smoothly. And I was
That's
just
funny.
like, whoa, this game's amazing!
I don't even remember what game I saw at 60 FPS for the first time, but
Yeah, that very much
Must have
stuck with
been-
me.
must have been when I got
You lived up to your fame, Raven. There still
graphics
seems to
card
be room
update
for improvement
when I
here.
couldn't run Fear on
Thank
my
you for your
computer.
help. This
Oh, yeah.
ends the
Fear.
test.
I bought a new
Fear.
graphics card because it was running at like 10
Battle
FPS, and then it
Combat
ran like
system
buttery smooth.
disengaged.
And that's when I learned that graphics settings are a thing on PC games, and I was like, oh, they can actually look better if you have a better graphics card. Look at that.
Yeah, they paid you in a part, so you got no money there.
Yes. No money, but got those parts. I think we ended up selling it. I'm not entirely sure, but
It
I'll
gave
skip
you
the
a
save here.
No, it gave you a decreased cannon recoil part
here we go.
for your optionals.
So here we buy the increase of energy weapon power, I believe.
I'm pretty sure what you're doing here is selling the part that you just got. I think
I'm
that's what
currently
you
on the
ended up
buy
doing.
screen.
You are on the buy screen. I think what you did was sell the other part.
There we go. I just bought something. I just bought some optional part. So
yeah, you bought stuff.
a couple of them.
At this
And
point, you
then-
own all but like one.
I believe that's the case, actually. I don't recall exactly what I kept in and cut out here. Yeah, okay, so this is where I put in a couple of those parts we just got. And then... skip this save as well. And...
If it weren't for the music, I
straight to
wouldn't
the
even know
mission.
that was a skip. Now here
Yeah,
comes
I
the
was try-
garter
At
playing.
first I was like, oh, maybe I should try to blend it in, but honestly, it's... everybody's already gonna know this is gonna be dubbed over, so... whatever. Yes, here we recover the capsules.
Oh, is it the capsules first? Oh, okay.
Managed to break into an abandoned facility that was used by Murakumo in the initial stages of their Human Plus development. It was left after a fire several years ago. The Human Plus technologies were supposedly developed by Murakumo, but nothing has been released publicly about the initial stages of research. So many mysteries remain. Our surveys so far have not turned up much information, however we received strange reports from a survey team directly dispatched by the abandoned facility. Parts of the facility are said to be operating now, even now, and strange capsules have been placed in the furthestmost room. Upon trying to recover the capsules, the team was attacked by fighting machines that they have never seen before. They could not fight back and failed to recover the capsules. Okay. Your mission is to recover those capsules. We have no idea about their significance, but they might give us an advantage over Murakumo. We are counting on you. Honestly, I don't know which company we've really sided with here at this point. I've just kind of been picking the missions based on
What sounds fun at the minute?
yeah, exactly. So couldn't tell you. Oops, I'm sorry, I almost ate my microphone there. Couldn't tell you exactly who we sided with, but
Combat system engaged.
I guess we'll find out towards the end.
I gotta tell you, when it said fighting machines, all I could hear was the old Street Fighter Flash cartoon. Fucking
That's
just
exactly what ran through my head.
Zangief fighting machine!
I was trying so hard not to do that. Okay, what was this one? What were we fighting in here? Was it the spider bots? Or was this the... these guys, okay. Yeah, they went down pretty quick. Oh, this had that weird, little,
Oh no, wait.
uh...
Is this the capsules? Oh no, this is the fucking part, isn't it? Hold
Which
on.
part?
Is
If you're
it?
talking about the
No,
shaft
you
we
already
go down,
did that.
that's next episode.
Oh, is it? Oh god.
Yeah. But it's okay, I cut out a lot of that, so we'll be fine. I was not going to subject people to that much torture. It ended up
Not
being
as
like
much
10
as
minutes of that
you
episode.
dealt with.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. This mission's pretty straightforward. It's just run down the hallways, murder things until you find the capsule.
It's tough to remember one mission from the other at this point.
Yeah, these missions kind of, especially in this game, they kind of run together. I think in the future games they differentiate much more between missions. But these early ones are very much just like, hey, here's a big sprawling maze, just figure it out, I guess.
There's a lot of hunt and peck it in this one.
Mm-hmm. And the environments in this one are pretty bare bones. Even I think in Masters Arena, the other one, they already look significantly better, so seems like they learned their lessons pretty quick.
Hey, there's a thing. What do people want with Masters of the Arena and Chrono Phantasma? Did I just say that one right, or was it just Phantasma?
Oh yeah. I think it's
Phantasma. It's just Phantasma. But do people want to see that as a full play, or just maybe a one-shot, couple episodes, or do you want to see the full game on those? I have access to everything. We have access to everything.
Yes.
But
We have.
if people are just wanting to see the mainline games, I do remember specifically Silent Line being a very good game, but it is an expansion, an offshoot, so we could skip playing those all the way through if people would prefer to see the mainline games. Of course, Four Answers is also an expansion, and that's supposed to be the best one.
I'm curious to hear what people have to say. I'm honestly fine with going either way. The mainline games are all going to be different enough, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see like the jump in quality pretty quickly. But at the same time, it would be interesting, especially with all the amazing ass music in some of these expansion games. Wouldn't really hurt to check it out. But I guess the only downside is that we then are going to be playing like 2-3 games worth of kind of the same game for the most part. Like I know they all have small enhancements, but
yeah, it's one thing when it's like the only game you have is Armored Core 3, and then for Christmas you get Armored Core 3 Silent Line, and you're just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of this for the next 3 years, and that's like the only game you have, so you play it. But now when you have all of the games in front of you, it's a little tougher to sit there and play through the same experience with different missions.
100% agree. Just let us know. Just let us know. It's we've been kind of debating on it back and forth. We really don't know what people want. I mean, I know the hardcore fans are gonna say, "Hey, let's watch every single second of everything," and you know, I don't blame that either. That's a perfectly valid viewpoint. So
you know who you are.
Guess we'll
hardcore fans.
Part of me, I guess, I slightly lean towards wanting to do all of them just because there's almost like a collected all aspect to it, where I'm just like, if I play them all, then I can say, hey, I've played all of Armored Core.
And I don't think
I've
always been interested in doing that.
Yeah. Even if I am not directly playing it, watching you play is gonna be as close as playing it itself. So. Oh god,
that's right. For a hot second there, I thought you accidentally did that. It was very dumb looking.
Hey, rude.
You whiffed this guy twice and just kind of nudged him. Did like 1 point of damage.
That happens. I like the parts in this game that show you the scale of the mech, like this, where you're seeing the railing and where people would be walking across.
And also that little bit of like perspective fuck that just happened, where the thing that was clearly above the other thing was suddenly at your feet, so you had like an MC Escher moment there.
Don't worry, it's actually a 2D object that's just being displayed above that other object. Oh my god. Get in the hole! It's like me golfing and just constantly missing everything. Oh my god, this map is like an illusion sometimes. I can't tell if it's inside out or...
This like green map thing is very PlayStation. I have a lot of like flashbacks, sudden violent flashbacks to the days of playing on PS1 from that.
Yeah, I really like this HUD a lot. I remember playing. You know, I just had a sudden flashback. I remember playing one of the Armored Core games on a demo kiosk at like a Walmart or something like that, where there was one of the Armored Core games. I want to say it was probably like 3 on PS2 that was up.
A demo
Because I
kiosk.
because I just remember that energy bar on the left and like seeing that box, that targeting box.
Uh-huh.
That's very iconic of Armored Core. So
Oh yeah, and it's not in 4, so that was
no,
different.
yeah, there was a tiny bit of gameplay I saw there, and that was not very
4 just like puts bubbles around
very
people,
different.
and you just like, I don't know if you're just expected to just kind of know the area, or if they do away with like the area lock-on system entirely, and it's just like things that you're
Or
looking at get locked on.
yeah, maybe it's an upgrade later. Like maybe you got to get the proper fire control system.
If you have to upgrade to this, that's a problem.
You start out by having to use iron sights, and then work your way up to technology. You get 3 sticks and a rubber band. Good luck.
That's all I need for my AC.
Mm-hmm. The weight's so low.
I weigh nothing. I'll move so fast. That was always my goal in 2 and 3. I always wanted to be light so I could move, because that
It is
slow
fun.
rotation hurts my soul.
It is rough. It is very rough. But man, yeah, the fast bipedals are a good time.
They're harder to build because there's a lot. The quad legs and the reverse joint had a lot in the later games. My memory is mostly from the later games.
Yeah.
PS2 games. It seemed like it was a lot tougher to carry any kind of weight while using bipedal legs that were light.
Right.
I just ended up getting more mobility out of quads and reverse joints most of the time.
I like the quads, but not being able to quick boost like in a direction like the bipedals really kills it for me. I do want to try the tank treads before we end this playthrough, so that will remind me to do it next time, just to at least AC test it. Like I want to give it a shot. But I'm feeling I'm just sticking to the legs at this point.
Just wait until you have the ability to save AC builds so that you can make multiple setups and then save them.
I can't wait. I can't wait till we just can compare items directly, like to each other at the same time.
Capsule obtained.
Just have like item A on one side, item B on the other side, and be like, hey,
Battle
look,
over.
look at these
Combat
stats.
system disengaged.
Be grand. And we got that capsule.
Look at
Pretty easy
all
money for
that
one.
money. So much.
Okay. Well, we're getting pretty close to the end of this episode here. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't too bad going over that episode again, especially cutting out some of the slower bits there. We have one more episode we're going to do voiceover on, and then we're going to go back to the regular recordings that we do, where we do the voiceovers during the recordings.
Yes, and remember on that episode, what episode is that? That's going to be episode number...
That's going to be 11.
Is it 11?
We're on 9 right now.
Oh, okay.
10's the next one, then 11's the one where we
figure
out that you had issues.
We will bring up the fact that there were some minor issues with that episode. Then later, after that episode, we will realize that these episodes were broken. So we are now future that will return to past, and then the past will become a future.
It's been a fun time this week, full of random tech problems and things. So, but hopefully it's smooth sailing from here. Always gotta tackle these problems as they come along. But yeah, was there anything you want to add before we move on to the next one?
No.
Okay, that's a valid answer. All right. Well, in that case, we'll call this an episode, and we'll see you in episode 10. And yeah, see you tomorrow.
See ya.